Janet Yellen on Monday was like, I think we're going to have to start raising interest rates, which is people are like, people got nervous because what does that mean? Interest rates are all time low. That's what's helped the growth stocks.
Right.
It's cheap financing for you to grow. You can borrow a bunch of money to grow, essentially. And so that was really scary for a lot of people. And that's when the market pulled back a little bit. And then on Wednesday, I think Powell ended up saying, like, nope, there's
The
still a lot
market's
of work to be
overheating.
done. Well, she was like, the market's overheating. That's why we need to raise interest rates.
Right.
But Powell was like, there's still a lot of work to be done. We're not thinking about raising rates yet, which is the opposite of what Yellen said. So now they're kind of contradicting each other. So now it's like, what's happening? What's actually going to go on? And that's why a lot of people are getting scared in the markets because we don't really know what's going to happen. That could, if interest rates go up a point or two, like, are people going to buy as many houses? Like, how does
Right.
that financing for companies? People are going to buy less cars, which all this demand that's happening right now because of low interest rates, it's going to impact the entire market.
Right. And we might have saw that, right? We were talking about Rocket yesterday. Are people
Yep,
thinking about this ahead of the
yep,
curve, right?
yep.
Rocket released their earnings.
Ooh, that was
Oh,
disgusting.
didn't expect that save.
I had
Yeah.
to hush up for a second and make sure I got that.
Yeah, boy. I think we're out
But
this
yeah,
way.
like Rocket, they had their highest, I think, their highest amount of loan applications this last quarter. But now people, with all the interest rates possibly going up, they're like, is this the peak? Is
Yeah.
this the peak of people putting in applications for homes and this crazy bull market that's happening? And so I think that's part of the reason why Rocket Mortgage pulled back
Well, that was
after
part of it.
beating.
Yeah, but also their loan ratios were a little off in terms of what they earn per loan that they write
Yeah, their
off.
margins
So
are really low.
they underwrite. Yeah, they had to fix that a little bit, and folks weren't happy about that. Investors weren't too stoked to hear that. But I mean, lumber prices are going up, right? Labor's always been pretty high. So, you know, are we building more homes? I don't know. Are people selling more homes? I don't know. There's a lot of bigger things at play here than just the stock market.
Yep. Kind of like Nate and I were talking earlier this week, and I shared some charts with him about like asset and bond purchases and how if you look at the graph, like the stock market over the last 20 years has basically gone up because like the chart of the Fed buying bonds and QE, basically the stock market has gone up with that. And so
Quantitative
there's a
easing.
lot of there's a lot of fear in the market right now as well that you know the Fed is going to slow down their bond purchasing or QE is going to slow down holistically. And so that's also scaring people out of these companies that have run a few 100% over the last year because if the government slows down their purchasing, then that's going to affect the market because that in somewhat has been holding up parts of the market.
Mm-hmm.
So there's just a lot of fear right now, and that's why all these growth companies are pulling back. Um, but I think it's creating some opportunity to start thinking about small positions. So